I am truly sorry man's dominion has broken nature's social union, and justifies that ill opinion which makes thee startle at me, thy poor earth-born companion and fellow mortal.
It is natural for an animal to act upon its instincts, to not think a moment about killing, to not have any hesitation to do whatever it takes to survive another day, yet another day, and another. Their only purpose is to survive another day. They do not feel regret for what they do, and they never will. As humans, though, we say that we're different. We express feelings, appreciation, love, ambition, desire, but we also share sorrows, regret, and grief. We are different. We are human. Being human means living fully. It means being aware of what's going on around us. It means conversing about the things that affect us. It means knowing what is good and what is bad based on what the social rules and morals we have developed tell us. Humans say to be morally driven, but they're not. They commit atrocious acts that are savagery in its purest form because they cannot ever find a middle ground. A perfect moral. One may argue that animals, just like us, have feelings. Even if that is true, they do not have morals. But that is because they don't need to. I stated before that animals do anything it takes to survive another day. Survive. We humans instead live a good life. We enjoy life, we take what we want, not what we need. Humanity is not only love for life, it is also ambition, because all humans want to do great things and be great people. In the Scottish play, Macbeth mentions this when, after being informed of his wife is dead, he says that life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage. He's telling us that, for humans, life's purpose is to make themselves heard and significant. Yet, he then says that each person's story is a tale told by an idiot, signifying nothing. Macbeth, a man that was consumed by his own ambition, recognizes that we live in the illusion of greatness. Even if that means committing atrocious acts just to have what we want, we say that animals are violent, uncivilized, savage. However, mankind invented the nuclear bomb. Yet, not a single mouse would create a mousetrap. This is more noticeable when Lady Macbeth says to her husband that her hands are the color of his, but she shames to wear a heart so white. This lack of regret shown by Lady Macbeth is just an exhibition of when greed takes over. Morality has no room in a person's heart anymore. Ambition, passion, love, hate, any strong emotion at all, they'll take more of us than any moral limitations could. That is why we, unlike animals, take radical decisions, and that the thing that we call our greatest quality ends up being our biggest weakness. So much so that we become savage as well. Sometimes so inhumane that we're described as monsters. But in this world, as Dostoevsky said, we all are monsters. Just as some are better at hiding it than others. Still, beasts are not untamable. Society has tried to punish humans' atrocious behavior. Society has said that those morbid actions are crimes, that they're wrong, and has given them sentences and punishments. Still, there is no price so high that ever does justice to those who suffer. Society is just the facade of how perverse people really are. Like Machiavelli said, no matter what, men are naturally evil. It is human nature to do wrong, to hurt, to take, to steal. The book The Kite Runner does a reflection on how any terrible action is only stealing from someone, something. When Baba mentions that a man who takes what is not his to take, be a lie, or love of man. May God help him. The man who kills, the man who kidnaps, the man who rapes, the man that commits any other terrible crime is just taking away from somebody what they wanted to take, what they conspired to have. The quote that I said just a moment ago, Machiavelli, was not complete. In that same phrase, he said that men are naturally evil unless they strive to be good. The first step for someone to be good is to first face what is wrong. Once again, it was Baba who said how a boy who won't stand up for himself becomes a man who can't stand up to anything. Baba knows that standing up to fight against injustice is not the duty of a few people. It's not the duty of the few people who want to be good. It's the duty but of any person who doesn't wish to be bad. In this wicked, turn-apart world, we all are taught to keep quiet, to keep walking, to ignore the injustices that happen around, be it poverty, crime, corruption. They all are kept quiet by almost everyone. We all, like Macbeth, has the stars to hide their fires. Let not light see hard, black, and deep desires. Those things that we think twice about doing, the things that are just stealing off somebody else, no matter what it is. Because justice is taken away from the weak ones as well. Still, it is only a few who decide to stand up to something. Great public figures like Abraham Lincoln, Cesar Chavez, Martin Luther King Jr., they all fought for what they thought as unfair. But that does not excuse all the things they did, all the mistakes, or all the faults. They were human too. But they're still seen as heroes. Yet, being a hero means nothing. Because as Nietzsche said, if you kill a cockroach, you're a hero. If you kill a butterfly, you're a villain. Humans decide what is good or bad based on what they want. They look at morals as the way they benefit themselves. They're selfish. Selfishness is not just putting yourself first. But it's not necessarily bad either. It is how you use it that makes it a violation of other people's rights. That is what Jack London said. Selfishness doesn't have a moral. It has an owner. We all have been told that if you are being selfish, you're acting wrongly, that you're bad for it. Yet, that cannot be true because if we were, we would never get what we wanted to accomplish. Any of those ambitions that we desired. We would depend on putting others before us. And that would be bad as well. Selfishness is the embodiment of what morals can be. It is never the same. It isn't a person's judgment to know when it is right and when it is wrong. That does not mean that we can do whatever we want, but because that would be too selfish. It is to find a balance, like the golden mean, but just like it is with morality itself, it is greatly affected by those things that make us human. Our feeling, what goes around us, who we spend time with. It all has an effect, making it a system that is always imperfect. And that will never be fair because those who are more selfish, no matter what they say, how much they tell us that we're all equal. Like Orwell said, some animals are more equal than others. Equality is a fantasy that we're told in a society that values those who do not act humanely, those who do anything just to get what they want, those who are clearly above, those who are the representation of evil, all of those who have let ambition take over their intentions. People who say that to be there for others, yet hide their faults, terrible actions, who they really are, all the knives they have under those promising smiles and those sweet words. People who say that are like us, who say that they care. They do. They care about themselves. But it is not only humanity's fault. Humanity is still beautiful. It is still something worth fighting for. Not only for the things we know, not only for the unjust things, but humanity as a whole. Even though we can be all terrible, and we all have, we can also have redemption. Morality is not what is wrong or what is right. It is how people behave and the way they affect others. Humans are not morally driven because there is no perfect moral. Nothing satisfies everyone, but they can still be driven by their humanity. Those aspects of love, passion, friendship, dedication, appreciation. We are terrible beings. We do terrible things, but we can still be great people if we really try.